So in 2022, video editing is an insanely valuable skill set. Basically, every company needs videos online, and I actually started my creative agency at first by just being a freelance video editor and managed to scale that into a six-figure business later down the road. So if you want to learn how to edit videos in Premiere Pro in 2022, then make sure to watch this video until the end. So Adobe actually offers a free 7-day trial for all their softwares. So if you want to get started with Premiere Pro, then just go in the description box below and click that link, and you can get started there for free. See if you like it for yourself, and if not, you can just cancel the subscription, and if you do, then you can continue using it. Now, when you first open up the software, this is kind of what you are going to be greeted with, and the first thing you want to do to get started editing is to click on New Project right here, and then you will need to name your project. So I'm just going to name this one Tutorial Video. And then, as you can see, you can select where this project is going to be stored on your computer. So I'm just going to leave it as the basic. And then after that, you can just basically click on OK. And boom, you now have opened a new project. Now in this video, I'm not going to go super into every single detail about editing, more so just give you an idea about how to get started with the software, and really will try to go step by step so everybody can follow along. So the first thing you will need to do is to create a new sequence. So what you want to do is go down here and then click on New Item, Sequence. And as you can see here, you can set up the sequence settings. So basically, this is just going to determine all the different settings of the video that you are going to be editing, right? So what I like to do is just either you can just select one of their templates that they offer, or you can go to custom and then set the frames per second. So that's going to determine how many FPS your video is. I'm just going to set it at 24, and then you can select the frame size and put that in. So I'm just going to edit normal full HD video, so that's going to be 1920 by 1080, right? And then after that, in the pixel aspect ratio, you want to make sure to select square pixels. And then that's basically all that you need to do to get started editing. You can also name your sequence here. So I'm just gonna name that as well, tutorial. Okay, so now as you can see, we have this timeline right here, which is where you are going to be doing most of the editing. Let me just kind of walk you through how Adobe Premiere Pro kind of works. So this right here is going to be your playback area, where you will be able to see the video that you are editing right now. This right here is going to be where you will have your effect controls. So if you want to add any sort of effects or transitions or change the settings of a certain clip, then you will be able to do that right here. Right here, you have your media browser, and you will be able to put in any clips here, or any text or videos or sound effects, whatever it might be. You have your basic tools here, and on the top right here, you can switch between different kind of views that Adobe has for you preset. So if you want to do just effects, you can maybe go to this tab, and it will be kind of optimized for doing effects. If you want to add, just do coloring, you can go to that tab, and it's optimized for that. But for now, I'm just going to stay in the editing kind of workspace and do most of this video there. Now, if you can't find something or whatever, then you can always just go to Window, Workspaces, and reset your workspaces, or click anything here that you want to make sure is visible on your main screen. The first thing you want to do before you even get started with the editing is organization. So organization is something that is super crucial if you want to be editing effectively and not waste much time basically looking for all your different clips. So what I like to do is go here and right click, create a new bin, and I just like to create a new bin for every single different kind of file that I will have inside of my project. So in this case, I will have one that's video, I will have a folder that is audio, and I will have one that is maybe overlays. So now that I have that, I can actually change the view of this kind of like media browser panel here. So this is the list view. I have this icon view as well, and I also have this freeform view, which I never use. I usually like to stick with the list view. So now you can actually go ahead and open your folder that has all the different clips that you want to use in your edit, and then just drag and drop those into the certain folder that you want to import them into. And as you can see, it has imported all 10 of my video files. Now, I'm also going to import this song that I want to use for this edit into the audio section. And that actually takes us to the sponsor of this video, which is Epidemic Sounds. Now, I have been using Epidemic Sound for almost 5 years at this point, which is pretty crazy. I have used them in plenty of my own personal YouTube videos and on client videos as well. And the good thing about them is that you basically pay a monthly subscription fee instead of having to license all individual songs for, you know, potentially even thousands of dollars. And they have really affordable rates for licensing monthly music for your YouTube videos. And the cool thing is, once you have your subscription, all the videos that you use, the songs that they provide, are not going to get flagged even if you cancel your subscription in the future. Now, they actually offer a free 30-day plan for anybody who signs up in the link in the description below. And the cool thing about that is it basically gives you a month to try it out and see if you like it personally. And even if you don't end up paying for the plan afterwards, your videos that you have created in this time period are still not going to get flagged. They have a ton of different songs that you can choose from. I think it's over like 30,000 individual tracks and over 90,000 sound effects. So you can also get your sound effects from them. So if you're interested in getting your music from Epidemic Sounds for all your social media projects and even client projects, then check them out in the description below. So now that we are back, the first thing I'm gonna do with the videos before I would actually go ahead and import these onto my timeline is I'm going to make sure that the frame rate matches the sequences frame rates. I set this sequences frame rate to 24 frames per second, but you can see that here, for example, this clip is 25 frames per second, this one is 29, this one is 30, this one is 60. So what I can just do is select all my clips and then go and click on modify and then go to interpret footage and then click on assume this frame rate 24 frames per second. And now it's basically made all of them to the equivalent of 24 frames per second. So if one of them was more, it has made it slow motion footage. And if one was the same, then it just stays the same. So this is going to make sure that your frame rate for the videos is matching the sequences. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this, of course, but I think it makes overall a better and smoother looking cinematic edit if that's what you are going for. Now, if you're going for more of a vlog style and you don't really care about making sure that the clips match the sequence frame rate, then just skip this part. Let's get into actually editing and importing these videos. So if you double click on any of your clips here in the media browser, then you can actually scroll through it on this little tab here. So if you only want to import a certain part of the video, then what you can do is go to the part where you want to start the clip and then click I on your keyboard, and then go to the part where you want to end it and then click O on your keyboard. So I for in and O for out. And then you can just go and grab this and drag it onto one of your video tracks. Now, if you just want to go and straight up import a whole video and not just select a part of it, what you can do is just drag and drop the whole thing onto your timeline. And as you can see, it has imported it. Okay, great. So the next thing I want to show you is how to use the very basic tools. So the first one that you're going to be using most is the selection tool. So this is the one that you can use to grab a clip and then move it to a different video track, or move it around, or do anything with it, or go and click on it, highlight it, go to effect controls and change the different settings of the video. To access this, you want to press V on your keyboard, and then you are going to open up this selection tool. The next one that you are going to be using quite a lot is the razor tool. So you can use this to cut a video into, for example, 2 different pieces. So as you can see, I can actually make my video track a bit bigger, so I can see a little thumbnail of the video, what's going on there. So if I press C on my keyboard, it's going to open up the razor tool, and now I can just click on wherever I want to on this footage. And as you can see, it cut it into 2 pieces. So now if I go back to V, selection tool, I can just move them around into separate pieces. Now, if I want to delete a clip from my timeline, I can just click on the part that I want to delete and highlight it with my selection tool. and then click on delete, and boom, it's gone, right? Now, as you can see, now I have this little black space here between the two clips. So if you want to get rid of that, you can just highlight that as well, and then click delete, and it got rid of the black space and made them come together. Another thing that you are going to be doing quite a lot is changing the scale of your video. So for example, if you want this video to be more zoomed in, what you can do is highlight it and then go to effect controls right here and change the scale of it. So as you can see, if I drag it and make it a bigger number, then it's more zoomed in, right? And if I make it lower, then it's going to make my video clip smaller. That is how easy it is to use. And if you want to change the position of that certain clip, what you can do is go here to position, and then this is going to be the axis, and then this is going to be the Y axis. So first number is the X axis on your screen, and then second one is the Y. And you can see I can just change all these numbers and play around with them and place a certain clip wherever I want to on my screen. Now, if you want to go back, you can just always click Control Z or Command Z if you are using a Mac on your keyboard and go a step back. Now, if you want to actually redo something, you can just click Shift, Command and Z, or Shift Control Z, and you will redo the step that you did previously. Now here in the effect controls, you can also change the rotation of the certain clip and do all sorts of things with it. Like for example, you can also change the opacity of something. So opacity is just basically how see-through the video is. So if I go and change the opacity of this clip, for example, to 50%, as you can see, it got darker because it's showing more of what's under it, and because nothing is under it, it's just showing more, black. But if I place this over my other clip, you can see how I can kind of see both clips at the same time now, because the clip on top is 50% opacity. So you can play around with that as well and create pretty cool effects. The next thing you will be doing a lot as well is speeding up your clips and slowing them down. So to do that, what you want to do is highlight the certain clip that you want to change the duration of, and then right click on it. And then you want to go to speed/duration. And then here you can change the percentage of the speed, or even make your clip reverse. So if you click this, then it's just going to play your clip in reverse, right? And if you change the speed to, for example, 50%, then it's going to be slowed down to 50%. So you will have the clip playing at half speed. Now, if you want to speed up your clip to, let's say, double the normal speed, then you can just put 200% there, and boom, as you can see, my clip is now faster than it was before. Now, to add music to your project, all you have to do is select a certain audio file that you want to add to your project, and then drag it into one of the audio layers, and basically that's it. Now you have music under your video. But if you want to change the volume of that, what you can just do is highlight the certain audio file that you want to change the volume of, then go here to level, and then you can change the audio level of it there. So if I want to make it, for example, a bit less loud, then I can just set it at minus 30 decibels, and it's pretty quiet. Okay, so now let me show you some pretty cool effects and transitions and how you can use those, and how you can change them. So if you want to add an effect to your video, then you can just go into effects right here, and then they have a bunch of different presets there for all sorts of audio effects, video effects, and transitions, all of those different things. For example, if I want to add, just to show you an example, mirror effect to this clip, then I can just go to distort, mirror, and then I will just drag and drop that on my video here. And as you can see, it looks like nothing really happened, but the reason for that is because you will need to change the settings. So for example, I added it to this clip, so I will highlight it, go to effect controls, and now as you can see, I have this mirror effect here. So if I play around with some of these numbers, as you can see, there is, for example, a reflection center setting here. So if I make that something different, then as you can see now, it has created this very trippy looking mirror effect on my footage, which looks quite cool actually in my opinion. And same goes with all the other kind of effects that you can use in Premiere. You just add it to your clip, go into the effect controls, play around with it and see how it works on your certain clip. Audio effects work the exact same way. Just go into the certain audio effect that you want to add, drag it on your audio file or audio kind of like layer, and change the settings of it. Now, if you want to save your project to make sure that none of your progress gets lost, what you want to do is click Ctrl and S on your keyboard, or Command and S if you are on Mac, and then basically it saved it. So when it comes to video transitions, the only difference between transitions and effects is with a transition, you go down to video transitions and select one that you want to add, and then you just drag and drop it between the two clips, and boom, as you can see, it has added it, and now I have this little sliding effect between the two. So to change the duration of it, what you can just do is click on the transition and then change the duration of it here. So if you want to make it longer, you might just make it like 2 seconds. If you want to make it shorter, you will make it less, right? Pretty simple to do. Or you can also click on it there and change the duration right here. So another thing some of you guys might want to use in the future is recording voiceovers. So in order to do that, all you want to do is go to wherever you want to start recording your voiceover, and then click here on this microphone, and then it's going to start counting down, and then you will be able to talk over your footage, and it's already going to record your audio there. Now, next up, let me show you how you can create texts on your videos. So to do that, what I like to do is go to the captions and graphics part of Premiere, or this like quote unquote workspace. And then you want to go ahead and press T on your keyboard to bring up the text tool. And then you can just click anywhere on your screen or your playback screen there. And I'm just gonna put a random text there, for example, ocean. And then as you can see now here, I have this essential graphics panel. And here I can change the text font. So for example, I'm going to use Montserrat. And you can change the alignment of it. So I want to center it. So I'm just going to click on horizontal center and vertical center as well. You can change the size of the text as well, and recenter it if you need to. You can change, for example, how wide the letters are apart from each other. You can change like what the font settings and so many things, to be honest, that it's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's basically how easy it is to add a text, and you can change all the different things about your text here. For example, the color as well, or even the opacity of it. And now, as you can see, I have this text on my footage. And you can change the duration of it here by just dragging it and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to use all of these different things that I just showed you how to do and kind of put them together to create a cinematic looking edit. Okay, so after that, once you have created your full edit, then you want to export your video and your masterpiece. So to do that, what you want to do is go up to File and then go to Export. You want to go to Export Media. And now, as you can see, you can select your export settings here. So I'm not going to go super into detail about the different exporting settings right now, because that would be another like 10 minutes. But I'm just going to select a preset that they have inside of Premiere already. So I'm just going to select the YouTube 1080p Full HD one, click Use Maximum Render Quality. I always like to do that. And then here you can select the format of the video. So for most internet content, you want to keep it as H.264. Again, for the preset, you want to usually just choose one that is suited for a certain platform you're trying to export to, or select your own settings. Like I said, I made a tutorial on that already. And then here you can select the output name. So you can name your file here, choose where you want it to be exported to. And that's basically it. After that, here you can make sure that everything that you want to be included in the export is in it. If it's not, you can change the range here. So for example, if you want the video to be exported from this part to this part, then you just grab these and put them there, and then only those parts are going to be included. And after that, you just want to click on export, and boom, now your video is being exported. If you want to check out Epidemic Sounds and use it for your own videos, then you can go and click the link in the description below. And also, if you want to get Premiere, then you can do that there as well. I hope this video is going to get you started on the journey of video editing and finding some joy from it. I think it's a great hobby, and also it can be a great profession. So I really hope this video got you started on it, and you found some value from it. So if you want to see more stuff like this, then check out my channel and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.